What is going on, guys? So I want to show you a game I had on Operations where I was playing on Galatia on the defending team where an enemy player got 249 kills on my team. Now, I heard a little bit about the buff that came to this heavy bomber, which was originally released in our Name of the Czar DLC, but nothing I was really too concerned about. I had some games already on the defending side on Galatia where this bomber did come in and wipe out a lot of my teammates. So I thought at the very start of the game I would jump on the A gun, try to deter any of the airplanes that would show up, as the infantry players take a little bit more time to make it to the first sector. Now this turned out to work out pretty well, as I was able to take out one of the airplanes that first showed up. Now this individual was not the person who got the 249 kills on me, but as you can see, I do have the Reaper Affliction equipped, which causes you to lose a point of health every second until you kill an enemy player and get yourself healed at that moment. So again, I wasn't really too concerned, was more focused on finishing up the afflictions to get those special dog tags that came out with the Apocalypse DLC. But as we're here on the first sector trying to defend it, you're going to see now me get taken out twice from this heavy bomber. Now you may ask, how could you let someone get 249 kills on you in a game? Well, I think this was kind of the perfect game for this to happen for that player, as it is a map that has kind of been known to not be too friendly when dealing with airplanes, as well as I think the skill cap from my teammates, especially the ones who were playing as a pilot class, wasn't all too great. And it seemed like whenever I was trying to get onto an AA gun, it seemed like my teammates were already there on it, and they didn't seem to be doing all too much damage. So as you can see, it was kind of the perfect storm for my teammates, as those two runs he made at the first sector that took me out twice pushed us back. Again, wasn't too concerned, as you'll see coming up here in a second, where I go onto the score screen and he had already pushed us back from the second sector and moved us over to the third sector, where he was only like 44-1. So even though he was doing pretty well, and I've seen pilot classes do this before, again, it wasn't too concerned, as you might have a really good pilot class playing, but again, you got to get onto the territory and cap it. Little did I know, though, the carnage that was going to show up here on the third sector, being that there's only one capture point to focus on. And after I got killed twice in a row, I then was like, you know what, I need to do something about this. I need to take this seriously, as I was beginning to watch his kills begin to really rack up. And fortunately, I was able to run across the Tank Hunter gun, which was a lifesaver, to say the least, as at this point now, my pure focus on this game is to make sure to neutralize this heavy bomber, as he was basically doing a similar shit I've seen people do with tanker classes, pilot classes as well, where they will die and then wait for it in the spawn screen to show back up, and they'll go back on to using that exact same vehicle. Now, I did want to disable the behemoth, as we were able to defend them for one push, and because of that, they got their behemoth in, and I didn't want to lay any more barrage fire on our one flag that we had there. I figured we had enough with the heavy bomber coming in and just completely shredding my teammates. Now, I was able to take him out 7 separate times, but it was the 6th time I took him out that really caught my attention, as there was no effort to strafe at all. There was no effort to charge at me and try to take me out, especially after I killed him multiple times. So that really caught my attention, and normally I try to give people the benefit of the doubt who do go on high kill streaks against me. I'm not that player who will message you if you get a 100 kill game and say that you're cheating or something along the lines of that. Again, I try to give people the benefit of the doubt and more try to learn from them, try to see what strat they're using. I will normally, after kind of crazy games like this, go look at people's stats just to kind of see how often maybe they do something like this if they have a high KD ratio. I've seen tanker classes, pilot classes do stuff like this before in the past, but nothing quite like getting almost 250 kills against me. And especially after that one scenario where he didn't even make an attempt to strafe from my shots, nor did he make an attempt to try to take me out. I figured I'd want to pull up his stats at the end of the game and see exactly what I was dealing with here. So once I was able to pull them up, it was all the more telling as he's only averaging a little bit over a 1 KD ratio, has a little bit under 18.5 kills per game, and has a 51.8% win rate. Again, censoring his name because I'm not trying to knock on this individual player nor any other players who have similar stats, but just trying to put in perspective what happened in this game in relation to the stats that he does have, that I think we might have a little bit of a heavy bomber OP problem, especially considering that he's racked up more bomber kills with this specific bomber in 1 hour's worth of time than he has with any of the other bombers with 5 hours worth of gameplay time. Those are some stats I hope DICE takes in consideration. Would be curious to hear your guys' thoughts down below. Surprisingly, we were actually able to get the win at the end of this game here, especially going through that whole chaos that we experienced. Had some pretty solid medic classes that were able to revive our teammates after they got punished through that air assault. But again, would be curious to hear your guys' thoughts down below. Are you experiencing this same problem? Is it just on this map, or have you seen it as well on other maps across the battlefield? Would be curious to hear your guys' thoughts down below. But don't be concerned about me, guys, nor be worried to think I'm going to pick up my most least played class, or think I'm even going to be able to get some really crazy high kill streak with this bomber. But with that said, guys, I appreciate you guys being here. My name's Livin, and I will catch you guys again later. Peace.